All right, Shalom, Shalom. Call Line La Eloheinu Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Harakakadash. Want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who will teach well, and a hearty Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, your brother Karad is out back with another lesson. And Fear is a Trap is the title of this lesson. All right. Y'all see this device that's on the screen? You know that it's being ushered in slowly but surely. Okay. All right. Technology is advancing, and the crash of the economy, certain food production facilities, burning out, being caused to be put on fire, which will cause famine, the pestilence from diseases, and the constraints of war, all right, are all tools to use for fear, which is going to be used to push this on the people, right? You see where the arrow is pointing in the people's hands, and then you see that person getting it injected. But nonetheless, fear is a trap, and those things are going to be used as tools of fear for people to receive this in their hands and in their forehead. Okay. All right. So here, this is Proverbs 29 and 25. It says, "The fear of man bringeth a snare, but whosoever putteth his trust in the Lord, Yahweh Shai, shall be safe." All right. The fear of man bringeth a snare. And we know snares to be traps, right? But let's look at this word fear. All right. The word fear is haradah. All right. It says fear, anxiety, quaking, trembling, extreme anxiety, anxious care. And there's going to be a certain amount of care that you have for things in this world, i.e., your family, maybe materialistic things. All right. And to give care to something, all right, is to give mental attention to. All right. A serious attention or consideration applied to doing something correctly or to avoid damage or risk. All right. Serious attention or consideration. Right. When you consider something that's within the mind. All right. All right. All right. Definition: feel concern or interest, attach importance to something. All right. And you do that through your mind. All right. An attachment to something through your mental state. All right. Because you feel a certain way, or behave a certain way. Nonetheless, and the fear of losing those things, whether it be people or materialistic things or money or whatever the case may be, is going to be used as a tool to push on people, to receive this. All right, this thing, this C hip. Okay. All right. So man is going to use his tools, and fear is one of them. Right. To say, oh well, you can lose this money in your bank account, your family's going to be taken away from you, you're going to be separated from them, you're going to be put to death if you don't adhere to the policies and the guidelines and the doctrines, all right, that they are pushing through the world, right? So fear is going to do that, right? But let's go to Luke 12. This is Luke 12, and it's Lord Yahushua speaking. All right, we're not to fear man, okay? Neither the word that he says, right? This is Luke 12 and 5. I say unto you, my friends, be not afraid of them that can kill the body, and after that have no more they can do. So who can kill your body? Man can kill your body, right? If the Lord allows it, right? But don't be afraid of them. And to be afraid means to be taken out of peace. But let's look up what afraid here. Phobio. Right, to be put to flight by terrifying, scare away, to be afraid, to be struck with fear, to be seized with alarm. All right, be afraid of one, to hesitate to do something. All right, giving reverence. All right, or obedience to something or someone because of fear. All right. And this is what we should be giving to Yahweh Shema Shai because of fear of what the Lord can do, as we're about to read some more of what the Lord can do. But I will forewarn you whom ye shall fear. All right, let's look at that word fear. Oh, same thing. All right, phobio. Phobio. All right, it says, fear him which after he has killed has power to cast into hell. Yea, I say unto you, fear him. And his name is Yahweh, right? But we understand and know that Yahweh Shai is going to be the one that's going to be casting people into hellfire, which is these thermonuclear missiles, right? It's Matthew 28 and 18. Let me turn it to red letter. It says, and Yahweh Shai came and spake unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and earth. So fear Yahweh Shema Shai, because Yahweh Shema Shai, specifically Yahweh Shai, got all the power in heaven and earth. And if you don't fear the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is going to throw your ass in that fire, right? That's coming. So don't be afraid of man because of what it is that he may or may not say, or what it is that he can possibly do. All right. And nobody can do anything unless the Lord allows it. So this is First Timothy. It's First Timothy. Maybe it's Second Timothy. Let me go. Let's see. This is 2 Timothy 1:7. It says, for Yahweh hath not given us the spirit of fear. All right, let's look at this word fear. I would say the same thing. It does not. It says something totally different. Timidity, fearfulness, cowardice. All right, because again, fear is going to be used as a tool for you to take this right here, and it's a warning against being afraid of a man. All right, so you don't get suckered into taking this thing here. All right. But it says here, continuing on, all right, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. All right, we have a sound mind and know what love is and know what power is. All right, because of this word, right? Because this word, understanding it through reading and through the teachings that you receive, it gives you a sound mind, right? It gives you comfort because you know what the end is going to be, but you don't know what you have to go through, but you know what the end is going to be. And you know that whatever you're going through, the Lord's going to be with you. Let's go back. All right, this is Luke 12:6. It says, up here it says, Yahweh knows and cares, right? So it says, Luke 12:6, are not 5 sparrows sold for 2 farthing, and not one of them is forgotten before Yahweh? But even the very hairs of your hair are all numbered. Fear not, therefore, ye are more valued. Ye are of more value than many sparrows. So if the sparrows aren't forgotten by Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai is telling you that you are way of more value than the sparrows, you think the Lord will forget about you? Nah, man. So don't be afraid of what man can possibly say and or do. Right? You are more valuable than the sparrows because one, Yahweh sent Yahweh Shai to die for you, right? For your iniquities, to give you understanding, so that you may be delivered through faith in His word. All right. So again, don't be afraid. So let's go back to this word snare. All right, we're snares. Oh, Salakia. All right, Mokesha. All right, it said bait, lure, snare. That's the word. I know that's ma. All right. This is that is not ka. All right, so that's wa. I believe that's wa. Yeah, that's wa. That's kwa and it's sha. All right, so let's see.
Strong's H470. Mokesh.
All right, it says bait or snare. So let's look up what a snare is. Look at that snare. What's that look like? It got this animal to a snare. It's a trap. Look at that. Trap. Right? Trap. Oh, this is a drum in this case, but look at that. Look at that. We got the bear by his arm or whatever. All right. Got a noose right here hooked up to a tree. All right. And if an animal runs through it, they caught up, right? Fear. All right. You can like fear this to the step right here. And people are going to afraid and come to fear the words of man and be caught up, take that sea hip, which I'm warning you through the Spirit of the Lord and His mercy to not take. All right, it says a trap for catching birds or animals, typically one having a noose or a wire or cord. Right. So let's look at what is a trap. A device or enclosure designed to catch and retain animals. All right, here we go. A situation in which people lie in wait to make a surprise attack, and that's what's happening, right? The people that are in rulership, all right, of this current age, all right, are creating situations to lie in trap, to lie in wait to catch people by surprise and tell them, hey, this is what it is. This is what you must comply with to continue on to live in this society. All right, which is a trap. Their word would be a snare. All right, their word would be a trap unto you, and people are going to fall for it. All right, people are going to fall for it, but you won't fall for it because you've been warned by the men of the Lord. All right, to not fall for the snares and the tricks of Esau. All right, and whoever else the Lord set up under Esau to push to you, like your own people, Jake, athletes. See this that needle, I'll put that thing in you. So like athletes and entertainers, all right, even your own relatives and your friends, they're gonna be part of that snare. All right, use as a snare to get you to take this thing, but don't fuck with it, right? Got a few more precepts. This is a second Ezra before I read this. This is second Ezra 16 and 67. So it says, behold, Yahweh himself is the judge. All right, fear him, leave off from your sins and forget your iniquity to meddle no more with them forever. So shall Yahweh lead you forth and deliver you from all your trouble. Time that we come into where this thing is going to be mandatory, the time of trouble, man. All right, because guess what? When you don't have food to eat, close to where situations where you can't pay your rent, it's a time of trouble. So in order to get out of that trouble, you gotta fear the Lord, right? Because it says that He's going to lead you, right? Also, it says here, But whosoever, in Proverbs 29:25, but whosoever put his trust in Yahweh Shema Shah shall be safe. So if you fear the Lord, you're putting your trust in the Lord, man. If you fear him, you're putting your trust in him, and then you're going to be delivered from all trouble. All right, this is a sign of trouble. Economically, what's going on with America is a sign of trouble. Politically, what's going on with America is a sign of trouble. Food-wise, what's going on with America is a sign of trouble. Financially, I already said economically. Look at what's going on with the people. All right, and then you got major earthquakes and other volcanoes going off. All right, those things are signs of trouble. All right, and they're coming, but you want to be delivered out of them. So trust in the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, and fear Yahweh Shema Shai, because he's the judge. Esau you to make the judge. The Lord is, right? Let's read 26. Many seek the ruler's favor. Who's the ruler right now? So-called Esau Edom, right? He's a so-called ruler, right? So people are going to seek their favor to, live comfortable, to continue to live somewhat comfortable in this society by receiving this thing right here, all right? And they're not going to make it, man. They probably make it a day, all right, or whatever, right? Or however long the Lord allows them to make it. But it says here, but every man's judgment cometh from the Lord. So again, this backs up why you should not fear man, because every man's judgment is in the hands of the Lord. The Lord may have it set up where, certain individuals be put to death by the hands of Esau because they don't want to bow down to this system. All right. But you can't let that move you, because the Lord's in control of your judgment. All you're doing is living it out. So don't seek favor from the rulers of this time. Seek favor from the Lord by trusting in him and fearing him, right? So you'll be delivered. All right. Let's go to where was it in Maccabees? All right, this is let's go to the whole chapter. This is First Maccabees. So it's going through some history. All right, I'm not gonna read it all. I'm gonna start at 59. This is First Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 6 to 59. Ananias, Azariah, and Mishael, which is Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. All right, they're Babylonian names, but these are their Hebrew names. By believing, were saved out of the flame. All right, going into them not bowing down to that statue, right? Because they believed. All right, what did the Lord Yahweh Shai tell that the soldier that had a sick daughter, or daughter was dying? I can't remember the specifics, but I'm about to read it. He said here to him, this is it. So the ruler of the synagogue, right? Slaki, or was it? Let me see. All right. Here we go. He wasn't a ruler of the synagogue, but this is the point. It says, as soon as Yahushua heard the word that was spoken, he said unto he was the ruler of the synagogue. Slaki, he said unto the ruler of the synagogue, be not afraid, only believe. Believe what? That you can be delivered out of your troubles, right? Believe what? That the Lord's going to save you. Believe what? That you are part of the elect, man. You got to believe these things, right? So Ananias, Azariah, and Mishael, they believed, and the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai saved them. All right, Daniel, for his innocence, was delivered from the mouth of the lion. All right, and guess what? This is all the Lord's judgment for them, right? And they did not show in any way, shape, or form to be afraid of the words of man. And we must not do the same thing, be afraid of the words of man. says, and thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome. You got to put your full trust in the Lord, man, especially in the time that we're coming into, man. It's going to show as the days progress, when we get into the time of trouble, who's going to really trust the Lord. It says here, verse 62, it says, fear not the words of a sinful man. All right. Esau, Edom, the people that go along with his system, the people that take this thing right here, right? Which again, I'm going to say, stay away from. And if you somebody that got it, stay away from their ass. You don't know what time the Lord going to drop a missile on that motherfucker. Okay. And you don't want to be around, associating yourself with wickedness, right? Now, if you don't know somebody that got it and you're around them, you know, may the Lord be with you, but Lord will, when they judge that, the Lord judge that person for having it, you're not around. But again, fear not then the words of a sinful man, for his glory shall be dung and worms. All right, shit and worms, because they're gonna get burnt up. Everything here is gonna be burnt up, and you don't want to be a part of that, man. Okay, so Lord, will you is edified. Don't be afraid of a man, because the fear of man is a trap, it's a snare. It's going to cause anxiety. It's going to cause worry and care about these things in this world. And fuck the things in this world, man. All right. This is 1 John 2:15. Love not the world. Let's look at that word, love. All right. It says here, of things to be well pleased, to be contended at with a thing. All right. People to welcome, to entertain, to be fond of, to love dearly. Fuck all that shit, man. All right. The Lord gonna burn up most of these people and all these things. All right. So don't love these things. Don't be fond of these things. Don't be well pleased by the things that you have now or people that surround you, because they can be taken away any second. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. I want to see if the word love is different from each. One of the definite, each from each. All right, same word. Yep, let's see what this one says. All right. Yep. So if the love of the Lord is not in you, that means you're not fearing him enough. All right, you don't got that respect for him. You're not trusting him, man. You may not make it, man. All right. So Lord will change our ways. You know, Lord will you change your ways. Lord will I change my ways and do things that are pleasing unto the Lord. We get one more precept in this pad here. Psalm 50 and 19, 15, Salakia. All right. Psalms 50 and 14. Offer unto Yahweh thanksgiving and pay thy vow unto the Most High. All right. Let's look at that in a different version. All right. Let's see. Let's look at it in NLT. All right. Make thankfulness your sacrifice to Yahweh. So your sacrifice to the Lord is telling the Lord to water Yahweh Shema Shai for the things that you've done for me, right? Whatever the Lord has done for you, especially taking it for the times that we're going to come into where the Lord's going to deliver you, because that shows that you believe you're going to be delivered, right? And show that you have that faith and keep the vows you made to the Most High. So things that you say you're going to do for the Lord, the one thing that is very important that you should be doing as a man of the Lord is making these videos going out on the highways and byways. All right, you have committed you have made a vow to the Lord when you went out there, you put that garment on. You can't stop doing that, right? Verse 15 is a point, and call upon me, Yahweh Shema Shai, day of trouble, I will deliver you, and thou shalt glorify. But how you gonna be delivered? By trusting the Lord and fearing the Lord. So Lord Williams edify, call on him, Yahweh, by Shema Shai, by Shema Dash, when they get honors to the apostles of great millstone who will teach well. Hearty shalom to the hopeful elect, Kwame Yasharalam, Muafa Bar, I'm Mahal Yahweh Shai Shalom.